What's happening, guys? Mike Moo here. Man, today is the day. Today is the day that I'm definitely going to be reconsidering MoviePass. Now, I've been talking about MoviePass. I did a couple of videos about MoviePass, and I am an annual subscriber to the MoviePass. Today, July 12th, I just got the notice. The dreaded notice, MoviePass. No, they're not banning me, but they said that they have an important update for me. What's that important update? Well, starting over the next few days, each time I buy a movie ticket with a MoviePass card, I'm going to have to upload a photo of the ticket stub. Now, I know some of this stuff has been happening for a lot of you over at least a month or two now, my wife included. I thought that perhaps because I don't have any suspicious activity, I thought that I would be excused. But no, I'm not. Now, every time I go, I'm also going to have to upload a ticket stub. That's going to be a little bit annoying. So, recently, if you haven't been living under a rock, you've been watching movies over at a local AMC theaters, you've noticed that they've been advertising pretty heavily their own answer to MoviePass, which is their own AMC Stubs AList. So for $19.95 plus tax a month, you can watch 3 movies, and you can watch any showings at all, including all the premium experiences. So that here includes Dolby, Real D, 3D, IMAX, Prime AMC, and Big D. This doesn't include any of those special prime time events that are, one-off or double features, anything like that. But basically, any regular movie that you can watch at an AMC theater with the premium IMAX, 3D, all those premium stuff that you can't currently watch on MoviePass legally, by contract anyways. I don't want to say illegal because it's not technically illegal. Without breaking the terms of contract, you can do that with AMC AList. And it's 3 movies a week, and you can have up to 3 reservations at a time. So that means I don't actually have to go to AMC theaters and check in, which is extremely annoying. Now, especially since a lot of people are using MoviePass, and if you don't get right there really early on to get that reservation, you might not get the best seat, which I find to be extremely annoying for myself and my wife since we don't go to see movies that much together. She's usually tired by the time she gets home, and by that time, after dinner, cleanup, and all that stuff, who has time for a movie, right? So, $19.95, get you 3 movies every week. It resets every single Friday. So that means that, since today is Friday, if I started today, the next time I can watch another 3 more movies or have any 3 active reservations, which means I can reserve for any movies coming out, in the coming months or so, which is great. I can have up to 3 of those at the same time, it's also and also have up to 3 movies watching that week. So if I reserve for 3 different show times next week, I can't add a 4th one. If I have 2 reservations for 2 months from now, I can only make 1 reservation next week. Okay, so basically, I'd have to wait until I'm finished with that movie before I can reserve it again. So at any point in time, you can only have 3 of anything going on at any point in time. Now, what's also really cool is that you also get AMC, the Gold membership, but the AMC Gold membership gives you free online reservations, which is pretty cool because you can't do that with MoviePass right now for most of the theaters. You get free popcorn and fountain drink size upgrades. So basically you get a medium, you'll automatically get upgraded to a large. You also get a free refill on your large popcorn, which I never use because it's so much anyway. And usually just between myself and my wife, we can't finish that tub. You get a $5 reward every time you spend $50. That's 10% back. But that only applies for your MoviePass. Not your MoviePass. For your actual A-list subscription. So you only get $2 every month back. And also anything that you buy, including the concessions, any extra funds that you actually spend money for. So when you do a reservation, you're not going to get, points for any of the reservations that are included in the 3. All right. You also get a priority lane, which is kind of nice because there, as an actual AMC Gold Premier member, if you're waiting in line for popcorn or something, you can jump right into the Gold line, and usually they will help to go through that line a lot quicker. Usually a much less of a line. And you get some other exclusive member benefit offers. Periodically they'll email you and say, hey, we got some sort of special showtime or some special event. Maybe you'd like to come, and it's only open to AMC Gold Card members. One cool thing is, though, is that since I signed up for the AMC Gold premiere a while ago, they're actually, during the period of time when you are an A-list member, they will pause that subscription and you don't have to pay extra. So you're not double paying for the gold membership at the same time that you have A-list. So, another important thing is that you have to commit to 3 months of AMC A-list. You can't just subscribe for 1 month and decide you're going to cancel because maybe there's no movies that you want to watch and then restart it up again the following month. No, there's actually a 6-month window that you can't join back again at this point in time. But when you sign up for the A-list, you get to lock in the current price of $19.99 a month, which will probably increase a little bit later. But at least it will give you it will lock in the 12-month price at $19.99. So that just goes to show that they're going to test the markets and they might increase the pricing. And this comes at a time when MoviePass has introduced surge pricing, and then also now, at least for me, I also have to take a picture of my movie ticket stub, and that's increasingly annoying. So for me, it makes sense. I love going to AMC. We have reserved seating in a lot of the theaters that I go to. They're usually one of the better theaters in town anyway, around my area in LA. So this really makes sense for me. It also makes sense for my wife because she likes to rewatch the same movies over and over again. MoviePass, you can't do that anymore. Early on, you were able to. Now you cannot do that. If you want to watch the same movie again, it will just say you've already watched this movie. So technically, if you try to do that, then you can't. Or if you try to get around it, you're breaking the terms of service. MoviePass for AMC A-list membership, you can watch it as many times you want, 3 times a week at most, from Friday to Thursday. So I just I feel like this is going to be a great deal for myself and my wife. Am I going to cancel my MoviePass? Not right now. Since that, I actually, it's kind of strange, but the AMC theaters near me, when they offer the IMAX, I find that the biggest distinguishing thing that I can tell is that they turn the freaking movie theater way too freaking loud. I haven't lost my hearing yet, and it is just way loud. And, someday I got to bring in a sound pressure level meter and just use the phone and just record how much, because once you lose your hearing, that's it, you're gone. So I often have to put on some earphones or something just to reduce the sound level a little bit. And so I just definitely don't see the benefit of paying that much more, especially if it's showing on the main big screen. The sound quality is actually pretty excellent. Of course, this really depends on some of your theaters. Some older AMC theaters, the regular show times are really not that great, and the sound quality is not that great, depending on how old or if whether or not they've refurbished recently. But for me, the IMAX one is they just turn it up way too loud. I don't see any other major difference between that, other than it's also in a bigger theater and the screen might be a little bit bigger. But when it goes beyond your point of view anyway, you're already immersed in the movie. It's not that big of a deal. Especially since I've got gold membership and I can get to sit in that premium row that is offered in my local AMC theater. So the other thing is 3D. I'm not a big fan of most of the 3D movies out there right now. I feel like if they didn't particularly record it in a specific way for 3D, there's really no major benefit to me. It's something that might help me see something a little bit more immersive, but I feel like when I'm looking at 3D versus non-3D typical movies, it doesn't make any difference. I don't need to pay the extra, so I usually end up watching a standard showtime anyway. Where this does make a huge difference for me is being able to book ahead of time and just doing it straight from the app. And it looks like it's pretty easy. Through the app, you just choose what showtime that you want, and then there's going to be a check mark to ask if you want to use your credit, one of your 3 credits for that week, in order to go ahead and book that seat and reserve, or book that ticket and reserve. I find it really annoying with MoviePass, and the AMC theater that's closest to me here in Monterey Park is on Atlantic. They don't actually have reserved seating for any of their showtimes. So if you want to get a good seat, you got to stand in line. I hate standing in line for anything. Never liked standing in line. As a kid, it's just gotten worse as an adult. I find it really annoying. So being able to reserve is going to be something great. I'm obviously going to go to a theater that actually has reserved seating more so than this, and it's great. great because there's one down the street on Montebello that I can have some reserved seating. And so, that alone is probably going to be worth it for me. Now, what might not make sense for you? If you are a MoviePass subscriber and you don't want to spend more than $10 a month, obviously this is not going to work out for you, right? And also, both of them you can't do the because the A Plus membership, you also need to have a verification every time you go in. You got to show your ID and the ticket. It's got to match, and this is to prevent fraud and other people just buying the ticket and giving it to someone else. It's supposed to reduce fraud like that. So if you have a problem with that in terms of privacy or anything related to that, or showing your ID, or the hassle of it being treated kind of like that you're a fraudster, everyone has to pay for it anyway, then that might not work for you. So there's that pricing concern. Second thing, of course, is that whether or not you have any AMC theaters near you that you'd like to go to, whether or not you're willing to go out of your way for it. Obviously, no AMC, this is not going to matter to you at all. This may or may not affect what other movie plans will do, whether it's MoviePass or Cinema. Some of the two popular ones will do. So, but I'm not going to cancel at this point in time. Again, I mentioned some of those reasons. Another thing also is that I know this is against AMC terms, right? But I still use my AMC stubs with my MoviePass at the same time. And I get the 10% back on it anyway. So, if I see a showtime and I don't need to reserve, or I happen to be there, I'm going to choose MoviePass instead, rather than use my A-list membership to get that special reservation or treatment, because I will actually still earn points on my AMC Stubs membership, which I already pay for anyway, right? Another thing too is that when you do this, right now they don't support group or family memberships, if you will. So if I get an A-list membership, I can't actually go ahead, and if my wife has one too, I can't actually book at the same time and use the same credits. I'd have to pay the regular price, or the market price, if you will, for her ticket if I'm going to book it together on my thing. So pretty much what we got to do is we got to synchronize our purchasing. She gets an A-list, I get an A-list. We synchronize our purchasing so that we pick the seats where we want, and usually we sit together like most couples. And basically we just got to synchronize and purchase at the same time. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying, but they're saying that it's going to be coming in the coming months. I don't know why it takes them so long to figure stuff like that out. Another thing is, if it's for a kid, you still can't do it yet. Obviously, you got to be 18 or older, and you got to have your own credit card. They're going to check your ID and all that stuff. So AMC A-list is still not for you. So that's really unfortunate. But at the same time, with your gold membership, you can add on those tickets and pay the regular market price. So you can book it all at once. And anything that you book outside of the included subscription price, you will also be able to take advantage of some of those things, including the free ticketing online, etc. But you will be paying market price, and you will also be earning points on that. So I think that pretty much covers everything. Most of the frequently asked questions that I personally had about the AMC stubs. I know there's a lot of other videos out there right now. I hope this was kind of useful to you. And I should have answered just about every single question that people had. One thing I'm going to do, though, is that, I haven't signed up for this yet, but when I was recently at the AMC theater, they were of course advertising this extensively, and that's pretty much where I got this flyer, which is a pretty big packet, but it just shows you, some of all the movies that are coming that you can go ahead and reserve in advance for, which is fantastic. But that, if after you watch the movie, or you already bought the ticket, obviously you didn't have the A-list, then you can go out to the front and you can get some sort of credit for the movie ticket that you bought. So in order for me to potentially, I could get a discount by just going along my way, booking through a regular MoviePass, getting my ticket, and at the end of the movie, go out to customer service and say I want to sign up, and see if they give me some credit back for the movie that I had just watched without the A-list. So, that would at least give me a discount for the first month. Okay, well, that's all I have for you on the A-list until I actually try it myself at the local theater. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below. You got any comments, feedback, whatever, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.